This is Monica from RDA Media. I'm here in South Australia to meet Pete Allan. He worked in Beverley Mines, which is owned by Heathgate Resources. One day, Pete turned up to work and PCR tests were all of a sudden mandatory. He did not want to take a test and got fired because of it. Of course, he could find another job and forget the whole ordeal, but that's not what he's doing. So, Pete, you found yourself in a bit of trouble.
I have.
Why didn't you just take the test?
Why didn't I take the test, Mon? That's a good question. There's not any one reason. I mean, if you've done your homework, the PCR tests are unreliable. I get a false positive. That, to me, that's my wife having to go get a test. That's my beautiful, gorgeous 4.5-year-old daughter having to be held down and kicking and screaming and having a test. My 9-month-old having to be held down and have a test. Loss of wages, all that stuff. Basically, I stood up for my right and I said, well, no, I'm not doing a test.
Didn't you just think, oh, you know what? Oh, I'll just do it. Did it cross your mind at all?
Not for a second.
Wow, okay.
Not for a second.
Okay, so let's say you go to Fair Work, they offer you some compensation of some sort. Is that enough for you? No. So what is the ideal? How far are you willing to go? What do you want to happen from this?
To set a standard, to set the precedent, let other people be able to use my court case, obviously, and stop employers being able to do this to their employees, because this is the next thing will be the vaccines. You can guarantee that'll be the next step. So maybe this may help stop that, but at the end of the day, it's to set a standard, and it's wrong, and they can't do it. It has to be stopped. You have to stick up for your rights.
Had about 120 colleagues.
120.
And how many of them do you think maybe deep down didn't want to have a PCR test either?
Oh, well,
at a guesstimate.
That's a tough one. I mean, I can't speak for them, but I would say, well over half. Yep, well over half. Easy.
And what did some of them say to you?
Oh, they were all patting me on the back, saying, good on you. Like, good on you for sticking up for your rights. I wish I could have done that. Things along those lines, and I was, well, why didn't you? Like, you know, I understand it's their income, and you lose your job. It could ruin your family. I mean, bills don't stop coming in, so I do understand that. It was easier for me for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah, but you have the same problems that they do. You've got a family.
I've got
you live in
little kids,
in a neighbourhood in Adelaide. You're not. You don't look overly rich to me or anything
rich.
like.
Bit of money in the bank, and that's about it.
Yeah. But so what gave you the extra courage to say no, as opposed to someone else that wanted to and didn't?
I don't know. For me, it was easy. I mean, I've done my research. I mean, I think everybody should do their research. Do your research. I mean, the time you waste watching mainstream media, which is lies, guys. Watching mainstream media, take that time in the morning at the end of the day to question stuff and look it up, research it, and you'll be surprised.
Yeah.
Just question it.
But still, you had something in you that other people don't have, which is why I've made the trip here to see you, because you aren't just accepting the dismissal, are you?
Absolutely not. We're as you know, me and a colleague of yours that you've put me onto, a great guy, Rob. We're going to the Fair Work Commission, SA Fair Work Commission. We're going to have a hearing, and we will take it from there.
Okay, now Rob, you've been dealing with Pete Allan about his case of what we would say unfair dismissal. So, what are your thoughts on the case this far?
Well, we're waiting for a conciliation conference through the Fair Work Commission at the moment, but my views of the legality of what's happened is that an employer is not entitled to make arbitrary decisions partway through an employment contract, including making a decision that you be tested or vaccinated or have any other sort of impact upon your own well-being.
So you're willing to spend months in and out of court,
maybe longer, but yeah,
fighting against a massive company from the United States.
Absolutely.
Okay. And what do you have the money for this?
I
Pete?
do not have the money for this.
That's a problem.
The empty cans and bottle stacks that we do here in South Australia, but I'm saving that for my retirement actually.
Yeah.
But no, I can't fund a huge court case like this. That's the only thing, the only obstacle that's in the way that may stop us from not proceeding from the Fair Work SA hearing.
It's a shame because money obviously speaks volumes, but
It does.
not everyone has the resilience that I think you have based on meeting you. So we just need to get you the money to back you up.
We do, because I think this is how big companies get away with this kind of thing. It's you get swamped with money. That's what they do. They drag it out. We all know this, and in the end, people have to throw their hands up in the air and wave the white flag, and that's how they get away with it.
Should employers be able to mandate medical procedures? I know that many Australians are concerned about this scenario becoming the norm. Suing for unfair dismissal is fairly easy and cheap, but to set a precedent in the High Court of Australia, now that is a battle that is difficult, but I believe we should all fight together. Pete is an everyday Aussie, just like you and me. But for some reason, he has the passion and the determination to fight this all the way. He understands how important this is for his children's future. We have the chance right now, through Pete and his passion, to set a precedence in the High Court of Australia. So let's get behind Pete. Let's become a part of the solution. Follow the link in the description and let's fight this together. Thank you for watching.